If you ask a standard large language model to divide 233 by 7, it is not actually doing math. It makes a highly educated guess. That is because standard models are essentially massive, probabilistic maps of language. They understand how words relate to one another, and they predict what text should logically come next based on those patterns. But predicting text is a severe limitation for a global enterprise. The systems do not operate on probabilities. They require deterministic, highly accurate execution of specific tasks. Predicting the next word in a sentence is of little use when what you need is a system to securely query a database or update a server. This leaves an operational vacuum between having natural language conversations and executing precise database actions. Bridging that gap requires a mechanism called AI tool orchestration. This is an architecture that allows an AI model to reach outside of itself and call on external software to do the computational heavy lifting. Treecapital's Anven model is engineered specifically for this kind of orchestration. It translates human instructions directly into executable commands. By connecting natural language to external tools, orchestration transforms a passive chatbot into an active enterprise agent that can perform real work. Let's track how this works with a complex instruction. Summarize this PDF and store the results in an S3 bucket. The first step is intent detection. The model is fine-tuned to recognize specific semantic cues, words like summarize and store, which signal that it needs to take an external action. Next, the language model consults a function registry. Think of this as a digital phone book that lists every available tool, helping the AI locate the exact APIs it needs for document extraction and cloud storage. Once the tools are identified, the model constructs a structured JSON request. It takes your conversational English and maps it precisely to the rigid schema required by the storage API. Without this exact structural translation, even the most advanced language models cannot interact with traditional software. Executing these commands introduces serious security risks. Giving an AI unrestricted direct access to the open internet or core enterprise systems leaves the network vulnerable. To solve this, the function call is handed off to an isolated environment. The tool runs securely inside a Docker or Kubernetes container, executing the action without exposing the broader network or the model itself. After the container finishes the job, we move to return injection. The output of that tool, like a success code or the actual summary text, is serialized and fed directly back into the AI's context window. The AI reads that return data and responds back to the user, confirming in plain English that the document was summarized and safely stored. This containerized execution is the critical mechanism allowing AI to take real-world action without compromising security. Looking at this LangChain integration architecture, you can see how Anven acts as the central reasoning engine. It sits in the middle, autonomously coordinating multiple agents, memory modules, and external tools to execute complex workflows. This diagram illustrates a retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, pipeline. In healthcare, a doctor can ask a query, and the system pulls specific patient data from a secure vector database, injecting that context directly into the AI's reasoning process. Because medical records are highly sensitive, these workflows must execute on air-gapped, sovereign networks. The data never leaves the facility, ensuring zero exfiltration and total regulatory compliance. In finance, the same orchestration logic applies. An agent can cross-reference disparate data tables simultaneously, scanning real-time transaction logs and historical profiles to instantly flag a fraudulent anomaly. Tool calling architectures solve the tension between powerful automation and the strict data sovereignty mandates required by highly regulated global industries. The industry is moving away from models that simply generate text towards systems that operate as active digital labor. Tool orchestration takes human conversation and turns it into a functional, highly scalable programming language for the entire enterprise. Sovereign tool calling AI transitions technology from basic chat to the reality of secure, autonomous digital labor.